Well, hello there, my bowfishing brethren. This is Tim Daniels from THS Sporting Center, bowfishing on August 19th, 2021 on Lake Huron, Michigan. Nice night, a little bit of wind, nothing all that bad. Good water conditions, and it was a nice night to be out on the water.
Okay, now, watch this. So, John, all you do, you now push on the back of the arrow like this. And now...
You know, this is my second trip out on the water shooting with the new harsh lock arrow. New to me, that is. And I'm getting used to it. It definitely shoots differently than some of the other fiberglass arrows that I've had. It is heavier. It seems to shoot lower or straighter in deep water. And I've been playing around with a couple other tests, and you know, it seems to hold fish well. I finally shoot a fish later on in this video that you'll see. It's a good sized carp, and it held it just fine. So far so good for the harsh lock.
You got off. That might be that one.
You know, this fish here puts on a great fight and deserved a little bit of extra slow-mo to really accentuate each and every little bit of twist and churn and flap and splash that this sucker made. It was quite a theatrical fish. You know, this is my second trip, and I'm still using the same lighted knock. I believe it was from Nocturnal. It has a strobing effect, which flashes green and red. I'm really getting used to shooting a lighted knock, and I do like it. Using it with the harsh lock arrow, you do have to come up with a bushing system to make that work. Basically, using a gold tip 22 bushing, which reduces the Gold Tip 22 series arrow to a 246 ID, so you can shoot a standard Gold Tip knock or like a signature knock out of it. You know, John and I both connected with fish at the same time on this particular evening, and it's nice to have double headers. Again, just adds a little bit more to the excitement of the evening. You know, unless you spine one of them, a dogfish always seems to fight. You know, these things just, they seem to be sitting pretty still in the water until you launch an arrow into them, and then they just take off, and man, they always put on a nice little show. You know, there's an old saying that you say aim small, miss small. And here I am in about good 4 feet of water plus. And I shoot 2 bullheads, you know, back to back, that are probably no more than about 9 inches long. And a couple minutes ago, I had missed like an 8-pound carp that was only about 18 inches deep. You know, like, you know, seriously, how does that happen? But nonetheless, I like, again, shoot small targets, builds confidence.
You know, the other advantage to this tip over the anchor is that it can't unscrew. If a fish swims around enough on the anchor, it becomes unscrewed. This thing can swim around all day damn long, it doesn't matter to the carp.
You know, I'm using my 35-pound G-Rex and the Megamouth reel, and the line that I'm using with that Megamouth is a 250-pound test 8 braid Spectra style line. The 250-pound test seems to hold up a little bit better to abrasion than some of the other lines that I've used. And this is really important if you insist on, or you have many gar. Gar, once you shoot through them, are just a pain in the butt. That their scales are so sharp and so tough on line. Clear water and slow-mo, 2 of the best combinations in bow fishing.
That was nice timing of you, buddy. Said, hey, wait a minute, you're not done with the other one yet. Oh, was it? Vlogging tonight.
So this fish is hanging out just on the outskirts of the light. I shoot at it, don't make a really good shot. Now it's flipping around doing circles and flips. Looks like a circus fish. Take another shot at it, don't quite poke it. I know that fish did not do so well, so we just circled back around, and sure, there he was, trying to hide a little bit in all those clouds, but I seen him and put the third shot in him that made it count. Though there seems to be a couple different techniques with the harsh lock arrow, I'm using it more like a plunger style system where I'm holding onto the shaft and pushing down on the back of the arrow in order to release or allow the barbs to flip around the other way.
That sounds promising. Get him? Yeah, I do.
It's also a little extra challenging. I like shooting at sometimes these little tiny gar just because they're so small. Last week I shot one that was really tiny, and it ended up falling off the arrow, and I think I seen it this night. I just couldn't sink a second shot into it. Here's another one that was just, well, a little bit bigger, but nonetheless, it's good to try to remove these gars from our ecosystem if you want to see improvements in your, like your species of bass and panfish.
Good attempt. Very good attempt.
You know, it's not too often that at this time of year you get to see some really nice fish, and so happens I ran across this fish here. And this is the first fish that I've shot that's been over 20 pounds with the new harsh lock arrow, and it performed extremely well. I was being a little extra cautious. I didn't know how much penetration I actually had at first. I haven't marked these shafts. Some of my other shafts I put like a little index marking that's about 4 inches past the barbs, and I can sometimes see that then in the fish to tell whether or not how far the barbs are into the fish or where it's deployed at.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
You know, my friend John couldn't get loaded fast enough, so this is where a gaff really comes into play.
All right.
Nonetheless, this carp ended up being 34 inches long and weighing 22.62 pounds.
34 inches long. All right, that one we're going to get away. Arrow out. Turn. Oh, yeah. Don't do that too many times without getting caught. That is a big...
You know, I ended up shooting a 3.3 pound Gizzard Shad. That's a damn nice Gizzard Shad. The state record's just a little over 4 pounds here in Michigan. One of these days I would like to try to break it. The closest I've come so far has been 3.8 pounds. Well, I forgot my 20-volt cordless power washer, so I had to use my onboard power washer system that operates off a bladder tank and a siphon hose. Anyways, I hope all of you have a damn good day, or at least try like hell, and best wishes to you and yours.